Hello and welcome to Motocard channel. Have you ever come across the English phrase, a case of mind? It sounds kind of familiar, right? But it's probably not what you think. So what does it really mean? And, how could it maybe change the way you look at your own challenges? Well, let's dive in and figure it out. Okay, so first things first. Let's get a really clear idea of what this phrase actually is, and maybe more importantly, what it isn't. All right, the first thing you have to know is that a case of mind isn't some tricky, common idiom you'd find in a textbook. Nope, it's actually much more direct. It literally describes a situation that's all about a person's mental state, a condition that really just exists in their thoughts or their perspective. So if it's all about our mental state, what's the big idea here? This is where the phrase really gets its power. The core idea, and you can see the translation right here, is just that simple. Our minds have a huge influence on our actions and our decisions. The phrase, a case of mind, is such a great reminder of this connection. It really points out that the choices we make often come directly from what's going on inside our head, not just from what's happening around us. Let's make this a little more real. Think about feelings like confidence, or fear, or even doubt. See, these aren't just, vague emotions. They are powerful mental states. Any one of them could be described as a case of mind because they fundamentally change how we see the world and what we do in it. And now for the really practical part, especially for all you language learners out there. Let's actually look at how this phrase works in both English and Indonesian sentences. This should really help make the concept stick. So for example, in English, you might say, courage is often just a case of mind. This is a perfect illustration. What it's saying is that courage isn't necessarily the absence of fear. Instead, it's a mental decision. It's a mindset to act even when you're afraid. And here's another really powerful one. Failure can simply be a case of mind, not reality. Wow, this one really gets to the heart of the phrase, doesn't it? It reframes failure not as this final, concrete thing, but as a perception, a story we tell ourselves. It's a huge distinction between what actually happens to us and the meaning we decide to give it. So we've defined the term, we've looked at the big idea behind it, and we've seen it in action. So now let's bring this all home and think for a second about what it really means for you. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What in your life right now is simply a case of mind? Which challenges or limitations aren't actually real, but are instead being created by your own perspective? It's a pretty powerful thought, and definitely one worth exploring. Thanks so much for watching.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.